Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Feels like I've been doing it forever already. Good morning to you. I'm gonna wait for some people to join in. Hey, hi. Hello, hello. Fortunately, with some nicknames, I can't figure out what your name is. Actually, with my account name, was also impossible. Anyway, hey, hello, some familiar pictures. Olga, hi. Hello there. So today is live number already so many. Anyway, it's live number 4 this week, and this week we've been talking about lesson preparation. And the thing that puzzles me is that teachers spend so much time getting ready for their lessons. So I've been trying to talk about, think about it, learn about it from you. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. And so we spoke about how to work with Coursebook, Katya, hi. And so how to use it to its full potential and make it your friend, and because it's a lifesaver, time saver, but a lifesaver. And on Tuesday, what is up to date? What is so up to date? Can you, working with Coursebooks, or could you tell me a little bit more? So on Tuesday we spoke about like supplementing the book, but basically as I shared, I don't supplement my book too much. That's why I chose the book, that's why I pay for it, that's why I bought it, and that's why my students bought it, to save me time. So basically that's the main reason. So why would I spend too much time supplementing it? But I'll tell you more at the summer conference in Yaroslavl if you're gonna go there and if it's gonna happen. Okay, so yesterday I had a live with my friend and colleague and the participant of my Teachers Teach Teachers program, Eleonora Krushkova. She teaches kids. I didn't ask her to prepare her answers so they fit mine. No, I just asked her how she does it, and she shared that basically we're on the same page. Keep the time on spent on lesson preparation down, and enjoy your life and do something interesting instead, or read a CPD book, for example, if you like doing that, but don't spend preparing because it's like just too much work usually. With lesson planning, there will be one more live about lesson planning as well tomorrow. Natalia Ladygina, we're working together on Teachers Teach Teachers, but she's also a CELTA trainer, so she knows everything about lesson planning and she teaches people to do that. So you might want to join tomorrow, same time, same account, same person, me, and one more person, Natalia Ladygina. And today is a Q&A live. So there is a button like called questions. You can ask them, and I have Katya here. Thank you, Katya, for posting the questions that you've been asking me this week. We had like some special Instagram-y posts for that. All right, I'm going to questions. Okay. So I'm gonna start. Okay, I'm gonna just start with this one. Whoops. So this one from Nadezhda: how to deal with students' memory problems and resistance to put the smallest effort. Okay, my answer here will be very short. If it's if a student has a memory problem, it's not for a teacher to work with that. So we deal with you know what I mean. It might be, I don't know, if it's really a problem, but I guess that's not what you meant. It's not. I think you mean that students have problems remembering the vocabulary, and it's okay. It's perfectly okay, depending on your student's age as well, on their, psychological features and the amount of workload. So for example, now I can give you an example of a student's bad memory. I wasn't a student. We had a party. It was a quiz and online party, and there was they when they were giving a task, there was a word, a name of an animal I didn't know, and I was sure it was a swear word, not the name of an animal, because it sounded fun. It was in Russian. It was Russian. I speak Russian mother tongue. So, and that was a word, and then I laughed like really out loud, and I was like, "Is this a real word?" And they told me, "Yes, this is this kind of animal, blah blah blah." And I said, "Okay, I should remember it." And then we split into groups, and I wanted to make Zoom rooms, and I wanted to make a joke because the word was already not there, and I didn't remember that word. Like, wow, it was just a second ago. I'm a native speaker of Russian. Just one word, one new word, maybe in weeks for me, and maybe in months. Okay, well, we went back to breakout rooms. I asked him, "Could you please remind me what was this name of that animal that we had?" And they gave it to me, and I'll repeat it several times. Then in the end of this party, in the end of this quiz, I wanted to make a joke again, and I forgot this stupid word. So is it memory problems? No, it's not. It's just because the brain is overloaded with so many things, and sometimes you just don't remember the word from the first time, from the second time, from the third time. So, and then they told me the word again, and I thought I remembered it, but then a week after this quiz, like yesterday, we had, not a week, 4 days, it was 4 days after this quiz, we had a meetup with the team who did that quiz, and I asked them, like, "Sorry, I really need to know, what was that word?" And I wrote it down, and I googled it, and now I know the word is in Russian muflon, which is still sounds like a bad word to me. So it's okay when my example shows that it's okay when your students don't remember, because this is my language. I needed one extra word, maybe not super important, but it was kind of important for me because I wanted to make a joke, which is really important, and I couldn't remember it. So maybe it's not the memory problem. Yeah, so we need recycling. That's why, again, the course book is there for us, because most of the words are recycled in the course book, so we don't really need to put an effort into doing that. We can just add some extra revision and recycling if we want. As for the second part of this question, resistance to put the smallest effort, I'm a freelancer, so if my students don't bother, I don't really bother teaching them, I must say. So, but I have choice. If you don't have a choice, that's a totally different story. It's not even about motivation, but it's kind of, so students might want to understand why they need this language, etc. So I think it's a very long answer. I think you're part of TTT, we can actually talk about that in our group. So I'm gonna move on to the next question. Can I do it smoothly? No, I can't. I need to do it again. Okay. Next question from Katya. Most of the questions will be here from Katya because she copy-pasted them from the previous questions that already disappeared from Instagram. Why bother with CPD and methodology? Can't you just take a student's book and do it with the students? I really like this question. So guys, what do you think? Do we need CPD? Could you share what you think before I answer? So I like this question. I think I think it can be done with the student. But on top of the student's book, you'll need a teacher's book. So you have a student's book and a teacher's book. Definitely, yes, you can do it with or you need CPD. Basically, you could have, I think, lessons, like standard lessons, if you take a student's book and a teacher's book. This is how I learned how to teach, and I think my lessons were all right in the very beginning. Olga's laughing. But then again, if it's I think with our different situations when we teach, sometimes we just, for example, students, they just need a little bit of money, and everybody knows that they're students, not putting too much effort into it. So then it's okay. The lesson can be, if you follow the book, if you have the teacher's book, the lesson will be all right. But then again, if it's your job and if you want to do something else, you will bother with CPD and methodology. So I think it's like part of everybody's learning curve. It's part of everybody's career, because if you want to have a career, you need to put a little bit of effort into what you do. So I think it's not only about developing as a teacher, but as freelancers and business people, we need to think about our career and what can we do best and more effective for our students, help them learn easier, maybe make this for them, and then this means they'll have better results, we'll have more students, so better for us. In the end, CPD is, yes, it's all about our students, but it's also about us as having more clients. Yeah, Olga says it depends. You cannot. You can. So not all the people want to grow professionally. Um, they are not part of Teachers Teach Teachers, so how would I know? Okay, you've got to understand what and why you're doing as a teacher. Some course books, some teachers' books actually explain that. So, I mean, I think the basic training is actually if you have a good teacher's book and a good course book, this is like your basic training, and then you have ask extra questions why. So, I think it's a very good start. They're not teachers. Yeah. So if it's your real job, you learn how to do it. Like, it's about any job. It's not only about teaching. Even if you don't want CPD, you still be up to date. Yes, being up to date is also very important. So I think I'm kind of joked my way through this one. All right. Okay. So then this one. So some random questions. Does your accent matter? Can it influence your career abroad, for example? I've never taught abroad. Not all teachers' books are well written. Yes, okay, yeah, take a good book and study with it. Yeah, but Katya, I totally agree with you. CPD is what we really need if we want to get a better with our job. So, and anyway, accent. I don't really know. I think it can, if you're speaking about career abroad, and there is still countries and companies which employ only, native speakers, and sometimes they employ not native speakers. I mean, it's very, we need to find a definition for that. But anyway, yeah, but if you have good accent, they kind of, okay. And I heard so many stories where teachers had to pretend they were from where they were not actually from. So, I mean, if it's this case, yes, I guess it does matter. But in all the other situations, it doesn't really matter. As you can, for example, if you come to our TUT cafe, actually the final one for May will be this Saturday at 4 Moscow time. You'll hear teachers from all over the world with so many accents, and this is just amazing. And not only like different, accents within the countries. Yeah, you know that, there's so many Englishes and so many accents, and I think this is really beautiful. That's what I like. I guess you all have your favorite accents. So I've never, as from my experience, I've never been, never had any experience with somebody projecting my talk, or I don't know, not doing something with me because of my accent. I've never had any problems with students, and so that's, I think that is. I don't think it really matters in most cases, but you can be unlucky and get yourself into a situation where they might tell you that your accent is bad. So maybe you just don't really want to work with those people. That would be my answer. Okay. How not to lose your English when all your students are A1 and 2. So this is basically my case. Most of my students are A1, A2, maybe B1. And after, if I take the students from the very beginner level, when they reach B1, I usually tend to pass them on to other teachers who enjoy doing that part of the job, and for several reasons. Because I think it's like when you're spending so much time with your students, they need to grow, like children. Yeah, you need to teach them to be independent in a way, and meet other teachers, see other accents, because we all, even with Russian speakers, we do have a little bit different accents for different reasons, because we watch different series, I don't know, and we have different manner of teaching, and I'm not speaking about even the methods, just different manner. I'm more energetic, but I don't play games. For example, somebody plays games with their students, somebody does that, so we're all different. That's why I want my students to experience and benefit from all the teaching and learning styles. So this is my case, and so not to lose your English level, you can do lives on Instagram in English, which is fun, and you can get better at speaking English, or worse, if there is nobody to correct you. You can teach yourself, and you can read books, watch series. I think different things work for different people. I guess for me, really watching series really works. Even when I don't put too much effort into it, I just watch in English with subtitles, and for some reason I think I'm very good at picking up. So I don't know, I just really like series and I'm justifying me watching them, too many of them. And of course, you can find an English speaking environment that will be good for you, so try and speak more. I would say that maybe what we teachers don't do much is we don't speak English just for fun. So this is what also bothers me a little bit, maybe. Because we want our students to enjoy and speak it for fun and find some people on italki or somewhere else. And what about us? We don't really interact in English apart from our CPD. So that's why join our TTT Cafe. That's also one of the ways to improve and get better. And also that's why I created Teachers Teach Teachers. I created for myself last year, because I realized I'm teaching only mostly beginners, elementaries, pre-intermediate, and I do want to speak English, and I want my English to be good, stay good, stay like the proficiency level that I had like several years ago. Maybe I hope I still have it. I hope I have better level than I had when I took my CP, just because I talk a lot and I speak English. I'm very talkative. I speak different languages too much. And so here will be my promotional phrase. Join us at Teachers Teach Teachers. That's what we do. And that's why the project was created. We speak English minimum of like twice a week. One is your lesson, one a webinar, a speaking club, or something else. We have Pilates, we have groups, we have chats. So there will be so much English in your life and you can enjoy it. I think it's possible to educate yourself or train, but you're not quite sure about verb teach here. I'm not. Okay. No, I think it's possible to teach. Some people are good at teaching themselves, but it's very. I don't know. I haven't met many. What is your top of your English? Writing, speaking, listening, or reading? Is it a question to me? I'm not sure. If it's a question to me, maybe you put it into question so I answer it. It is a gorgeous idea. Thank you. Yes, I really like it myself, and I think it works. At least it works for me. And one more thing is apply to do conference talks in English, which is also a perfect training. Okay, moving forward. Okay. So this question, thank you, Katya, for somebody posted it in Russian, so we translated it for everybody. Have you ever had a student who was okay? But for some reason freaked you out, for some reason really bugged you? Yes. This is one of my, actually now it's one of my favorite students sometimes. So this is not about maybe English, this is about, teacher-student relationship. And sometimes this happens when you don't have rules and regulations. So for example, for many teachers, what happens that freelancers, that students okay, they're doing homework and stuff, but they're always a bit like late with their payment, which is disturbing and which is annoying. And you're like, but everything is okay, they're kind of paying a week after, and you can't really remind them because like everything's okay and you didn't have any rules. And so this is kind of like a snowball, you have more emotions and this can happen. So once I had this student, he really freaked me out. He's like, he's this, he was a business person. He's a business person. He's like, and his office was like in a bit of, in a dungeon, so very underground. And he had tattoos and everything. I was a bit scared, I think, of him. But he was my other student's friend. So, I knew he was okay. And I had this feeling that he kind of disrespects me or something. I couldn't explain why. He did the homework. He paid on time. Everything was, I just looked, there was this weird feeling, and he was treating me like like help, just a girl who comes and goes, and he was like, above all this. I don't know how and why I was feeling this. He never gave me any reason, but this just happened. And so what you do in this situation, you can talk. So what else he was doing that he stopped at some point. He stopped doing his homework. This also bothered me because he was so ambitious. He had so many goals. And one day I just took 2 Starbucks coffees, and he bought a cake because actually it was a funny story. He forgot to do his homework and texted me like, oh, I forgot to do my homework, like what can we do? And he said, I can buy a cake. I said, okay, buy a cake if you want to buy a cake. Won't help you with your English, but we can have a cake. So he bought a cake, I bought coffee, and we switched to Russian and we talked about his goals, we talked about his process of learning, and we spent about like 20 minutes speaking in Russian, and we became just really, really good friends after that. Our relationship really changed. So if something bothers you with your student, try to reflect on it. Think, what exactly? So with my students, there was this frustration because I forgot. I usually have a contract with my students before I start. And with this student, I forgot to have this contract because I was like, there were so many things, and he didn't know the rules. I know my working rules, and because I didn't tell him, so that was the problem. I was actually the problem, not he. When I explained the problem, the payment, the homework, and everything was fine. And so if somebody's freaking you out, frustrating you, think about what can be done there. So yeah, I hope you like my story. The cake was good. I still remember that. The cake was good, the coffee was good, and the student is amazing. We spent more than a year together. So but then now so all good. Anyway, next question. Okay. So this one is funny. How is it like to be speaking to ELT celebrities, especially for the first time? I don't like really the word celebrities, and I guess it's like, when you're talking to somebody who you really admire, it's always overwhelming, right? So that's it. And I don't think like famous people really like to be treated anything special, so you just talk to them like to normal people, and that's okay, and then you become friends. So that would be my answer. Okay, I think this is our final questions from Katya. Katya, I think this was your one. I'm gonna turn my computer sound. Yeah, I don't have my fancy microphone today because I forgot to charge my phone, and there is only one hole in the iPhone, either a microphone or a charger. In TTT, it's really okay to see Hugh and Andrew. Yes, they're very nice. All the ELT people are nice, no matter how famous they are, how many books they wrote. They're just amazing people, and they can share something, and we can learn from each other. That's why teachers need other teachers. So, I guess so. For the last year, most of my CPD happened in my classroom or in somebody's classroom. So, as you know, last year, like about a year ago, I started teaching Andrew Walkley, started teaching him Russian lexically, and we're both giving a talk tomorrow at an online conference. If you don't know where to find the link, ask us here, we'll send you the link. It's a free online conference on teaching lexically, 5 days conference. Tomorrow's the final day, so we'll be giving a talk there, and I'm really nervous about that. And and I learned quite a lot because I was teaching a different language, so it gave me more food for thought about my teaching, because some of the things I do in English, they didn't work, and I had to kind of adapt them to teaching a different language. I also learned a lot from his feedback, and so this is one reason of teaching a teacher. Then again, I taught a group at Teachers Teach Teachers last June. I was the first teacher in my group, and again, it was really interesting just to check. So I guess sometimes this is what happens, that you like an activity as a teacher, but when you experience it as a student, you're like, whoa, no, not that good, maybe. Or maybe vice versa. What happened actually, we did one thing with Andrew when I was in summer, their lexical lab school. They gave us this, if you attended ever any of their seminars, they do this dialogue building thing when they you're a beginner, but they teach you a dialogue and you drill this dialogue and you kind of have this dialogue in different pairs. Always annoyed me as a participant. I was so frustrated all the time, and so I thought, okay, I'm already there, I'm gonna test this thing on the author, why not? And I tried it as a teacher, and I loved it. I loved how it works, and actually my student was okay with it. So maybe it doesn't work with me as a student, but then it works with other students, so you never know. That's why testing your ideas, trying out different tasks and testing them. So what is good about, again, teachers teach teachers, and why teach? Because teachers can give you feedback, and this feedback can be, I'm not saying it's better. We need both. We need our real students' feedback and we need other teachers' feedback, because teachers know, going back to CPD, know why you're doing this. And maybe sometimes they would ask you, why are you doing this? Because, it doesn't fit the plan or the program and you haven't thought about it. So that's why teachers can give you really good food for thought. Other teachers, give you lots of examples of different styles of teaching, different ways of teaching. So things like, this tiny little things we're doing in the classroom, and nobody will ever give a talk on that because they are tiny and they're kind of impossible to put into a talk. So it's learned only from lesson observations or taking part in other teachers' lessons. So I learned a lot as a teacher when I was learning Italian as a beginner student. Lots of food for thought about teaching beginners. And again, so that's why experiment, meet up with other teachers, join different communities. Of course I'm promoting my community because I genuinely like it, and that's why I created it for myself, first of all. Extremely selfish, but that's the truth. So, but any community where you can share with other teachers and where you can learn from other teachers. But I guess for now, Teachers Teach Teachers is the only place where you can actually study together with other teachers as peers, not to have like a teacher and then you're just all students, but this exchange when every month there is a different teacher. That's why I like my idea. All right, and I think we have TTT participants here. If you're here, give me smileys, support, applause, waves. So reveal yourself in comments, please. It's like a child. Yes, it is. Our projects are like our. It feels like very, very similar, but as well as our students, for example, we always treat them as our children a little bit in a way. So if you're part of TTT, say hello here. If you're just going to join TTT, also say hello here. And I have time for something else. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, Katya has so many questions. How are you liking this 30-day challenge? Any insights, please? I can't say I'm liking it very much. No, I like talking to you. So my one of the reasons of me doing this 30-day challenge was to test some of my ideas. Again, that's why I need other teachers. I wanted to have a look which ideas work. I had some thoughts and I wanted to verbalize them, vocalize them, see your reaction. So I'm testing my ideas and I like this bit. So I'm learning a lot from this series of lives. I'm learning how to use Instagram with filters and stuff and questions. But so I like this bit so I can test my ideas and get some feedback from you. I like how involved you all are. And but it's a bit tiring because it's every day. That's why I was supposed to do it every day. But now I decided I have a break at the weekend and give myself some rest and you some rest from me. And I think I shared it yesterday. I'm really tired of putting on makeup every day. This is not what I usually do. So this is hard. And on top of that, it's the end of May and we start the new year for Teachers Teach Teachers in June. So it's actually too much work already. So maybe not the best timing. On the insights, my insight, it's still the same as with Teachers Teach Teachers. Teachers are amazing. And I guess, again, we have this as Dmitry Nikitin calls it, an ELT bubble. So, teachers, so speaking about CPD and just working with core books, I guess there are so many teachers who are okay with just using a book and not bother with CPD. We're like kind of two different separate groups of teachers, so we don't see each other most of the time. We don't meet and that's why we don't know about each other. By the way, speaking about course books, that's actually an interesting thought. As a teacher who teaches with course book, which is me, and I basically stopped preparing for my lesson. It kind of takes me like 10-15 minutes, but I think it also happens not only because I like the course book and it works for me, but it also because of all the CPD. So all the CPD you do, everything, every course you take, you think how you're going to benefit from it. We have to, of course we like it, but we need to think practically, what I'm going to get from it. Will it help me prepare for the lessons faster, or will it help me earn more money if it's a business course? Will it help me understand how to work with this particular group of students. So I think we should all be practical. So I'm answering one of the questions about CPD and course books before that. So apart from that, but I really like this this challenge. Takes me out of bed every morning a bit earlier. So I think that last week I was a bit struggling, so I would like wake up 30 minutes before the live, but today I already had some time to work on the video. Tomorrow with Andrew we're showing a little bit of our classroom, and I found a lesson that we did in September or October to show you how to work with vocabulary, lexical, and how to use outcomes. So I'm editing this one. So this is what I like about this challenge. So the question I can see, what is your favorite course book? I guess everybody knows that I teach adults, and I teach with outcomes, and I've been doing it for 2.5 years now, and this is my favorite course book for so many reasons, but I don't have much time to speak about this now. So if you want to learn why I like this book, you can join Teachers Teach Teachers and join the fan club. Katya says, do you remember I did morning wake-up practice at TTT some time ago? Every morning? I'm glad it's over. Yes, thank you. Yeah, actually, like at Teachers Teach Teachers, when this lockdown happened, we thought, I mean, we need something to help teachers, you know, do some stretching, do some exercise. And Katya here, she's in like in playback theater, so she knows about body, she knows about, you know, how it works a bit more than the rest of our team does. So we asked Katya to do morning wake up practices 5 days per week, right? You were doing it 5 days per week, and then we asked other TTT members to join. So we had like a little challenge inside the group. So they were like, I did a morning exercise, I did something for our eyes, and then I challenged Kostya because I saw his Instagram that he's very, you know, fit, extremely fit. So, and he did burpees or something with us. So it was really a very tough morning exercise, but still. Yeah, Katya, yeah, thank you. Now I appreciate even more what you did for the project. Thank you. Okay. Hello, how to join TTT? So to join TTT, you need to click the link in the profile. We have 2 tracks. We have general English track and we have exam preparation track. So you need to know to decide what you want. You want a little bit of methodology, or you want to get ready for the exam. Yeah, Katya gives you a link. I think it's not working here, but the link is in our profile. So you choose the track, you choose the group that you like, the time, and you pay and you join us. And we start in June, but if you pay now, I mean, we'll add you to our Facebook community. So you'll have what we have for now. We have Pilates this week, next week we'll have a party, and yeah, so if you join a little bit before, you'll have some extra time with us and maybe some time to look around before we start teaching. You can join special interest groups, which are reading different books, just novels or CPD. So check the info, and if you can't find it, just DM us and we'll tell you how to do that. So thank you very much for this amazing morning. I think I answered all the questions. I'm gonna get back to editing that video with Andrew about teaching Russian lexically, so come tomorrow to our talk. I'm extremely nervous, so do join to support us. I guess he's nervous too, maybe, because there will be a video of him learning a language from beginner, and this is always a bit, you know, so some private stuff. So see you tomorrow. Before that, of course, 9:30 tomorrow, we have a live with Natalia Ladygina, who is a CELTA trainer, who knows way more things about lesson planning and teaching other teachers, because she's a teacher trainer and I'm actually not. But I'm inspiring, thank you. Yes, so we all do the things we are best at. So inspiration from me and some very useful input from Natalia. 9:30 Moscow time, GMT +3 tomorrow. See you, good morning, have a great day. Bye.